Good morning, Christopher coming to you with another vlog. Today I'm going to tell you about an experience that I encountered when I first came into Final Expense. I had a client that I went to see. Now, this is when I was buying leads. So what happened here is that when I buy leads, or when I used to buy leads, I just show up at people's houses, okay? Most of the times the seniors are there in the morning, but I just show up. So this is what happened to me on this particular day. I showed up in a suit. Now, mind you, before that though, I worked for MetLife. And at MetLife, that's all we did was show up in suits because we dealt with high-end clients. And I was so accustomed to dealing with high-end clients. So until I showed up in a suit. And, you know, the luxury cars. I had a Cadillac Escalade. Not to brag or boast, but just telling you what I had. I had a Cadillac Escalade. And then I downsized from the Cadillac Escalade to the Cadillac Sedan DeVille. So I showed up at this client's house one day, and for all intents purposes, I'm gonna just say her name was Miss Jones. I'm not gonna say her real name. So I pulled up in her yard. She was outside gardening. Miss Jones, lovely lady. When I tell you she was lovely, she was lovely. So after I made the pleasantries, I showed her the card. I said, "Hey, Miss Jones, my name is Christopher, and the reason that I am here is somebody actually filled out this here card. I'm not sure if it was you or if it was someone else, but I'm just here to discuss the benefits that you may be eligible for." She looked at the card, she looked at me, looked at the card again, and looked at me again. So after she did that, I had to break ice. So she had all this Miami Dolphin paraphernalia in her yard, all on her car, and all that said Dolphins parking and all that. Me, I'm an Oakland Raiders fan. But you think I was going to tell her that? Oh, no. No. Yeah. So I said, okay, Miss Jones. She looked at me again and she's like, "Baby, let me tell you something. If you want to do business with me, you need to go home and change into some blue-collar clothing. You need to take that suit off, that tie off, and that long sleeve off if you want to deal with me." And I looked at her and I said, okay. Mind you, I had to travel all the way back to the next county. You know what? It was well worth it. Let me tell you why I say that. Because when I went home and I changed into a button-up shirt with a collar, pullover shirt, some khaki pants. Oh yeah, I got plenty of khaki pants. Go to Walmart, you can buy several of them. I got the black ones, I got the beige ones, I got the blue ones. I got about 3-4 each of these pants. And what I did from there is I did what she said. And I went back. It was about, now mind you, I went there about maybe 9 o'clock in the morning. I got back about maybe 12, 1 something. Got something to eat and came back. And of course, me coming back, I made the pleasantries with her. You know, talked about her Dolphins and all that though. And this was during a time when Dan Marino was still playing. Can't stand him. Not a Dolphin fan. So she talked about her Dolphins, and I, you know, of course, I agree with her because I wanted to sell. Yeah. I wanted to sell. And not that I agree with everything that she said, but hey, I wanted to sell. So what I do, I listen to her and all that, and I agree with her. I agree with her on everything that she had to say. But let me tell you something. When I walked out of that house, even though I just went there for Miss Jones, that's the name that I'm using, right? Even though I went there for Miss Jones, I got a policy on Miss Jones. I got a policy on Miss Jones' son. Her two sons, I'm sorry. Her daughter. For some odd reason, everybody was there that day. I don't know why. And then each one of, no, 3 of them had 2 kids. So that's a total of what? 1, 2, 3. So that's a total of 6 plus Miss Jones 7. And then one had 3 kids. I got 10 applications out of that one house. You know why? Because I listened to what Miss Jones said. I didn't think that I was any better than her. Because why? She told you herself she was a blue-collar worker, and therefore she only dealt with blue-collar people. So the moral of the story is this. You got to listen to your clients. All right? Ever since that day, I do not go to a client house when I am selling final expense. I do not go to a client house with a tie on. The only time I go to a client's house now is when I'm doing an annuity. High-end clients. High-end clients deserve the best from you. Yeah, that's when I'm shaved. Right now, I'm not shaved. Yeah, it's a what, a day or 2 old growth. But I go clean shaven, fresh haircut, with a tie, long sleeves, and my jacket. So you gotta listen to what the clients say, because if you don't, you will not get the sale. Me, on the other hand, I came out with 10 applications. 10. I was there for a good portion of the day. And mind you, I had other clients to go and see. For some odd reason, I didn't go and see anybody after that day because I was mentally drained. You know how on some of the final expense companies that you have, and I'm wearing one on my shirt right now if you can see it. But what happens is that with what they do is that they have to do a telephone interview. The telephone interview took an hour and a half for those 10 applications. Yeah, an hour and a half. I was tired. Yeah, I was tired as heck. I went home mentally drained because I had never written that many applications up in one day. But if you listen to what your client is saying, you can do it. So, hey, that's my story of what I encountered when I did not have on the proper attire, as I would say when I'm dealing with people of this here magnitude. All right, look, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, share, and like. If you have a comment, leave the comment down below so other people can see it. If you have a question, not a personal question, but if you have a question to ask me as far as some of the better companies to go with, look, email me at finalexpenserep@gmail.com. And if you are negative, you can keep that to yourself, because negativity and I do not go along with each other. All right, I don't believe in negative. I believe in positiveness. These blogs right here are here to help and educate and disseminate for agents who are struggling, for agents who are in need of getting business, and also for agents who just don't know what they're doing. My next blog, what I'm going to talk about is a guy that I've dealt with before, and he will show you how to do, if you have the capital for it, he will show you how to do postcards. And you do your own mailings and you do your own follow-up. So therefore you don't have to spend $500 or whatever, $300 or how much ever the mailings cost these days. So I'll just, give you his information on the next blog. All right. So until then, enjoy yourself. And I hope this is very helpful. It is supposed to be entertaining and delightful as well too. Anyway, this is Christopher. Have a great one.